Hey everyone, and welcome to another Game Explained discussion. I'm your host, Derek Bittner, and I'm joined today by John Cartwright to discuss the out-of-nowhere Nintendo Direct Mini partner showcase that released today. And reception seems not great, which I honestly can't blame them, but I think there were some highlights in here that make it a bit more worthwhile. Of course, I might be biased because I started with Kingdom Hearts, but still, I think there's some still good things in here. I know you're satisfied, John, because I got Kingdom Hearts in the beginning. You got Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 at the end, even though I like Puyo Puyo Tetris as well. But yeah, what'd you end up thinking of the showcase?
I mean, as a whole, this presentation, there's no sugarcoating it. This was a bad presentation. There were a few good games in there, but there were so many just forgetful ones, and nothing huge. That being said, though, I was not expecting Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. I didn't think this game would ever get a sequel. I thought that was just a one-off, and even getting the localization of the first one was a big event. That was in Japan for a long time before it came overseas. So, for a sequel to come, and not only is it coming, but it's coming worldwide on presumably the same day, that's wild. So yeah, that's a great announcement, and kind of makes the whole show for me. But I understand a lot of people probably aren't thinking that way. But yeah, for me, I am so excited for this.
Yeah, if you're not a puzzle guy, don't care about Tetris or Puyo Puyo, that definitely does nothing for you. But I enjoyed the first Puyo Puyo Tetris, and I think there's a lot of potential there. And I even enjoyed the adventure mode for as weird as it was. I'm like, sure, I can get a hold of this. Plus, it kind of gave me a better idea of what to do in Puyo Puyo for the first time ever.
Yeah, the adventure mode was awesome. I had like fully voiced, a lot of them were like anime actors. There's like fully voiced cutscenes, and there's a great little story there with some brilliant writing. Like, I remember a lot of the time they would have like parentheses saying like screams like an average level or something like that. There were some great little jokes in there. Mm-hmm. Though I'm a little bit concerned about this one because they recently did Puyo Puyo Champions, which I think was called esports in Japan or something, and that was already quite iterative of what Puyo Puyo Tetris did. And this also looks very iterative. And I don't think they really showcased it in the best manner. Because most of the trailer just sort of shows what's coming back. They said that all the modes from the first game are coming back, and then there's a new one. But I think they probably should have showcased more the new stuff than just showing everything that's coming back. That being said, though, this new mode does seemingly have like these special abilities, so it seems like characters will be able to unleash like special attacks, making it a bit more like a fighting game. Which, like, that alone sounds really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of potential with the skill mode, but yeah, you're right. There is a lot of just returning features, which is cool enough, especially if you didn't pick up the first one. There's probably no reason to go back to the first one now, but they doing the worldwide release because everybody bought the first one, so why make it iterative? But, I mean, how much farther can you take the concept in that way, I suppose? Like, how much did Puyo Puyo change from 1 to 2 and so forth? It's a puzzle game, so it's a weird thing.
It is. I think a shift in art style would have gone quite a long way. But that being said, though, this is also coming to PlayStation 5 and Series X, so I can imagine, like, just as like your next-gen puzzle game, like this would be a nice little just thing to play on the side. So especially for those consoles, that is kind of something new.
Absolutely. And it's this year, December 8th, saving 2020.
Yeah, the whole year was worth it now.
Totally worth it. But yeah, let's go back to Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, which we got a release date for, which is really cool. I'm excited by that, and it's looking like what you'd expect. I think they've shown just the right amount for this game. What really more can you show? It's like, all right, we got songs, we got these different modes, this is how you go through it. There's a exclusive Switch mode that has 8-player co-op or competitive local, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Good luck getting 8 people together, but there you go.
Yeah, it's November 13th is coming out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess that's not too far away. I've seen some discourse over the price. It's seemingly a full-price game. I think they are justifying it, though. I mean, there's online modes, there's multiplayer modes. It seems like a fully, like a content-full rhythm game. And it has, of course, Disney licensed songs, too. Like Let It Go was playing throughout throughout a portion of the trailer. So I think it's kind of warranting that high price.
Yeah, you're not going to find a discount Kingdom Hearts. If you're upset by the price, wait a year, because look at the prices of Kingdom Hearts: The Story so far and Kingdom Hearts 3. I think you can get basically the entirety of Kingdom Hearts up until this point for about $60. So these are games that drop after a while, but if you're, a hardcore fan like myself, want to see what's going to happen next with the story, you're going to get it right away. And this does seem like a game that's ripe for DLC, for different songs. And the Japanese website actually has a new rendition of Dearly Beloved on it, which has a jazz rendition from that song. It's the first time I've ever heard that song feel chipper. There's a nice, cool coffee house feel to it. And I think the fact that there are brand new remixes in Melody of Memories, it significantly ups its value, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's such a cozy new remix of that track. One thing that actually I think would have really held this presentation up, this would be a great opportunity to announce Switch ports of the actual Kingdom Hearts games. They'd not only announce the release date of this, but say that 1.5 and 2.5 are coming, or even the story so far. Just that alone would have really held this up, because that's what this presentation was missing. Just something that was big, this big franchise that's coming to Switch for the first time. That's what we didn't really have here. So yeah, I mean, the Square did bring quite a bit to this at least, but nothing that was humongous.
Yeah, I think there's that general interest in Kingdom Hearts, but this isn't the next in the line or anything like that. It's well, it kind of is, but it's not like the big new action game. It's a rhythm game, and that has maybe not the most widespread appeal, especially if you're not into Kingdom Hearts music or Disney or whatever. So there's definitely trials with that, but I think for Kingdom Hearts fan, that was probably a nice treat. And honestly, of the rest of the stuff that was shown, the other one that caught my eye was Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend, which is also coming out this year, December 15th. And I actually have memories of this one because I remember borrowing my cousin's copy of, it was either Legend or Legend 2, I think the original Legend. And it was one of my first experiences with an RPG, I think even before Pokemon, which was technically my first RPG. And I remember digging it, digging the art style and whatnot, but I also really sucked at it, so I am kind of curious about this collection. I like the UI where it kind of looks like you're playing it on a handheld by having the buttons on there. But these are three games I've not really played the Saga series beyond that first Final Fantasy Legend.
Yeah, I dipped my toe in, I think it was Saga 2, which they brought to Switch in its launch year, and that was pretty good. But yeah, I've not really had much experience with Final Fantasy Legend. I do love that they're bringing these niche collections though. We had Collection of Mana not that long ago, and that was a great little collection. So if we can expect the same sort of standard from the Saga collection, then hell yeah. But yeah, I mean, this sort of came out of nowhere. This is one of those games that you don't really expect, and so it's just kind of a delight when they finally do share it. So yeah, this was a great little gem of the Direct.
Yeah, now we just need Collection of Chrono that bundles Trigger and Cross together.
That would be so good. Yes, please do it.
Oh, it's never going to happen. And if Ash was here, he's going to get upset at me for raising his hopes.
Well, I mean, it kind of brings the point. They haven't even done a Final Fantasy collection. They've done the least obvious one so far. But doing, I don't know, maybe the Super Nintendo era, just doing 4, 5, and 6 or something. That would just be crazy. And yeah, they haven't really re-released those games in a while outside of the mobile ports.
Yeah, I don't believe so. But yeah, you want to talk about one of the strongest trio of games out there, 4, 5, and 6. My God. Yeah. That would do amazing. 1, 2, 3, there's nostalgic value for those. They're not bad games, but they are definitely showing their age. But 4, 5, 6 still hold up to this day.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 I think have also been re-released quite a few times, especially in the PSP and DS era. But yeah, 4, 5, and 6, if they can, if they just port them, that's fine. But imagine if they went out and just remastered them in a similar. Well, I think they actually did remaster 4 on DS, but imagine they went out of their way to do a modern recreation of those games. Maybe not on the level of 7, but something. Well, actually 6 should be on the level of 7, but 4 and 5, just sort of touched up with. I guess a Trials of Mana kind of do that would really fit those games, I think.
That'd be really cool to see. But we're talking about hypothetical games rather than the games we actually got. Yeah, so.
I mean that's the problem. You're kind of hoping for more. You just kind of you just list off what you would have wanted to see. So unfortunately, this was pretty bare bones, and we're kind of nearing the end of the highlights of this.
Yeah, the last bit that I'd say I'd call an actual highlight is Taiko No Tatsujin, Rhythmic Adventure Pack, which apparently there are Taiko RPGs. Okay.
Yeah, we had no idea. We've looked this up, and I think they were 3DS games only in Japan. But yeah, this is actually really interesting. I've not really experienced the Taiko games much myself, but an RPG mode sounds fascinating.
Yeah, I like the idea of having that extra context to, rather than just, banging on the drum or whatever, trying to beat your score. It's good for players who want to dip their toe into this and not have to worry, like have something a little bit more than just let's do these like songs, next song, and that's still there for people who love Taiko no Tatsujin, but to give it a little bit more context and maybe have some fun with the writing. That said, it could also bog things down or maybe repeat too often where you're having the same songs for each battle. I can see where it could kind of go wrong, but apparently it was popular enough that they got 2 of these, so maybe I don't need to worry.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Taiko fan, then you're eating. I mean, you got 2, what I believe are 2 unlocalized games. So that's got to be a good get. And I mean, I'm interested in this, and I've barely played this series. So yeah, I mean, this was a nice little surprise, but it still doesn't really hold up the direct. No,
not really. It's something I think that I've seen a rise in a cult fandom for Taiko no Tatsujin. So I think they're really going to eat this up. And truly enjoy this. So that's cool to see. I'm not sure if this is the game that'll break me into that series or not. There's so much else going on that there is that. I don't think we got a release date for that either. Was it 2020 or 2021?
Yeah, winter 2020, so no actual date yet.
Okay, but it is coming this year, so yeah, November or December, so there's a lot of stuff coming out in December for some reason.
Yeah, and we've been fairly optimistic about this. One game I just want to be negative about is Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions. This is coming out in 2021, and my god, it looks awful. The frame rate looks bad, the feedback of a punch looks awful, it just doesn't look good.
Yeah, it's one of those cheap bundle, licensed games. Like, you have the characters and didn't they list Adonis Creed twice as playable?
I think they might have, yeah.
I was listening to it, I was like, wait, didn't they say that? Then I was like, wait, maybe they said his son, because I've not watched a single Rocky movie, so I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, wait a second.
I'm watching a scene right now, and the crowd is looking away from the fight. Like their faces are looking off the ring.
It's
and
too
they're still
brutal.
Cheering, though.
They can't look.
Yeah. Just can't bear to look.
Mm-mm. I mean, if it's appropriately priced and you're a Rocky fan, maybe you can get some fun out of this. It definitely seems like, why is this highlighted?
Yeah, I think that's really the gist of it, though. And then they showed us a new Just Dance game, but a lot of these announcements were just games we already knew about, and a lot of them are coming really soon too. So they didn't really need to show them. Not
really. It's just sort of like, hey, this is coming, and they know people will watch because it's direct. It's under the direct name, so it has that extra boost to advertising. Like, yeah, it's cool that Crystal Chronicles is coming out soon. Okay, we get a new mode for Fuser. That's neat. Okay, World of Tanks Blitz releases today. Another free-to-play game that, get all those microtransactions or whatever to get the stuff built up and all that. There's just not any excitement. You really have to, grasp onto the ones that were revealed and be like, okay, this isn't bad. I can be excited for this, but it's not. The whole package just feels weak.
Yeah, from what I gather, World of Tanks is a big deal. I don't think the Nintendo audience are the ones who care about it, though. This is far more for the casual crowd, I suppose, the ones who aren't watching directs. And I think that kind of shows in our video of it, where it has a huge dislike ratio. So yeah, I think World of Tanks probably not the best venue for that game.
Doesn't seem it. So whoops. But yeah, that's really about it. Like, we got Minecraft Dungeons, new expansion pack coming soon. We got Jump Legends or whatever it is. Captain Tsubasa still looks pretty fun as a soccer game, but that's about it. It's like, and all of them seem to be releasing this week, so it's like, okay, sure.
Right, and Jump Force still looks really bad. It was already pretty bad on other consoles, but the Switch version looks so choppy. I'm kind of fascinated to see how it plays, because it doesn't look good.
Yeah, that's for sure. But gotta say, I was probably more impressed overall with the Indie World event that came out before. So I think that's the problem. A Direct's coming, but they need to start specifying what kind of Direct when they have these rumors come out, because boy, you hear Direct and it's like, okay, we're finally going to get something, and then you get a Direct Mini, and it's like, oh, okay.
Well, that's sort of touching on a broader problem. I suppose it's kind of our fault for getting too excited, because these are never promised. They just come out of the rumor mill. And yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of on maybe the insiders to get the information out there before they shouldn't be so, I guess, insistent on getting things out before they really know what it is, because that gets expectations up. But until Nintendo say anything officially, we shouldn't have those expectations high, because then this happens. Then we get upset over something that was never really promised.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's maybe not the best collection of games, but there are highlights, though, and that's what I'm going to sort of grasp onto. And gotta be careful of that rumor mill, and we're susceptible to it as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, we were expecting something more than this, but at the same time, I'm still grateful for what they gave us. Like Puyo Puyo 2, that's a great get, but yeah, as a whole, yeah, definitely not a strong presentation. And I guess partner showcases as a whole haven't really had a great first impression on us. Yeah. The last one at least had Shin Megami Tensei 3 and showed a bit of 5. So that was kinda something to hold it up, whereas this one was just missing that big flagship title. So hopefully they can salvage this brand, but for now it's just kind of tarnished.
Yeah, and they did say more videos in the series are coming this year, so maybe we can expect one each month.
That'd be good, yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting directs all the time, so just having these little ones sporadically kind of aired, I think that's a good idea. They just got to have something bigger than Puyo Puyo 2, yeah. Which still I am excited for.
But yeah, promising more videos of this series this year. When we hear the next Direct rumor, I think we can maybe have better expectations. So, yeah. Yep. Well, I think that about covers it for our Direct Mini Partner Showcase for August 2020 discussion. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to like us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain, and of course be sure to subscribe to GameXplain for more on Nintendo and other things gaming as well. Until next time, bye.